Hi, my name is Burak and I'm one of the AI designers here at Intercom. Today I'd like to walk you through a journey that I find very interesting, the evolution that our messenger has been going through as the LLM technology matures and the user attitudes shift in their interactions with UI. First, a brief history lesson. When Intercom launched Fin 2 years ago, it was the first AI customer agent to use LLMs. The technology was new and not as reliable as today. People weren't used to it either, so we made the decision to optimize it for trust. This decision surfaced in many ways in the UI. As you can see at the top, we made sure that the users knew they were talking to an AI. Similarly at the bottom, each answer was flagged as an AI answer to make sure none of our users were misled. We included sources explicitly so the users could verify the answers. Hallucinations were still a very big problem back then. And finally, as you can see at the very bottom, we wanted it to be very easy should a user want to speak to a human for whatever reason. All of this, as you can appreciate, didn't leave much space for the actual answer itself. However, these were necessary measures. But the times have changed, the technology has improved considerably, and the user behavior has been rapidly shifting as AI has found a place in our daily life since those early days. We felt it was time to question everything. And we decided to do exactly that. No stone left unturned. All the AI references, how we display sources, the way we push our users to interact with Fin. The button cleaned up the messenger and make enough space so Fin could shine and do its best work. We decided to perform A/B tests for each idea we came up with so that we could measure the actual impact. What you're seeing here is my best effort to visualize all the experiments we ran. I tried organizing them by themes. However, spoiler alert, it was the interplay between them that led us to the best results. During our experiments, we looked at some key metrics as well as monitoring conversations manually and running qualitative user tests. On the metric side, above all, we looked at the overall resolutions, both assumed and confirmed, whilst keeping an eye on the escalation rates and CSAT. In isolation, we observed some unprecedented improvements to some of these metrics. However, they always came with a trade-off. While some were up, often some others were down. We wanted to find a sweet spot where the best performance met the best user experience. As I have teased before, to our delight, we found the best results at the intersection of a bunch of these experiments. Now, I'm going to show you the final results of this combo. Let's open this up. As you can see now, we have redesigned the whole answer card. Fin's avatar now lives inside the card so that the card itself can use the full width if it needs to. Let's send this message now. We have replaced the thinking state indicator into typing bubbles, which gives off a feeling of a more natural conversation. And this, coming up, what we call an acknowledgement message. Fin now informs you that it understood you and looking into what you ask for. We find that this improves the perceived latency. And here now, we have already received the answer. As you can see, we removed all distractions, starting with persistent AI indicators. For example, the message is not flagged as an AI message anymore. All sources are gone too, although we now have already moved on to testing another one of our ideas, inline sources, so I can show you only this version. And you can see the inline sources in here. But most importantly, we removed all the buttons. We observed removing the buttons allowed the users to engage in deeper conversations with Fin, motivating them to ask follow-up questions instead of clicking rather binary buttons, which in return allows Fin to dig deeper, troubleshoot and solve real problems, not just give simple answers. All this contributes to the user engagement a lot, resulting in substantially improved resolution rates and both assumed and confirmed. Plus, talking to a human is still very easy, and all the user needs to do is ask. Here, let me do just that. As we wait for that, you'll see that it will be connected to the team, which is me. I'm recording a video right now, so I can answer till later. However, here I am connected, and thanks to this more natural way, we actually didn't see the evidence of users feeling like they were blocked from talking to a human. Quite the opposite. We actually saw some examples of users turning down an offer to speak to a human and choose to continue chatting with Fin. Oh yes, Fin can offer to escalate to a human if it sees the need. Plus, if a user gives a negative feedback like, that's not what I'm looking for, the talk to human button will still be presented to them to make it explicit that the human team is always there to help. Long story short, we have found the sweet spot we were looking for. And the results reflected exactly that. They were extremely positive at all fronts. We have observed more than 15% increase in all resolutions compared to before, and both assumed and confirmed. The escalation decreased by a quarter, and so many people were responding to CSAT surveys now. We are very excited. We'll be shipping these changes in the following months, and we'll keep it configurable for our customers who value the explicit ability to escalate. But we'll be recommending what we think is the best experience to all others. But we're not done. We have a lot more ideas and a lot more tests to run. This is just one example of how we're always using data to redefine our design decisions at Intercom. Stay tuned for more, and thank you for listening.